Sacramento's about to change more in the next 10 years than it has in the last 50. We're talking a 244-acre project that's literally doubling downtown, the largest healthcare expansion in the entire country, and 1,400 tech companies flooding in right now. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how Sacramento reinvents itself by 2035 and what these billion-dollar projects mean for your property value. Let's dive right in. What if I told you Sacramento is adding the equivalent of an entire new city by 2050? That's exactly what's happening. Sacramento's metro area is projected to add roughly 580,000 new residents by 2050. That's like adding an entire new Sacramento from scratch. But here's what makes this different from your typical sprawl situation. 67% of new housing and 80% of new jobs are planned within cities and suburbs that already exist, not out of the farmland. I'll show you exactly which neighborhoods are positioned to capture the biggest chunk of this growth and why timing matters now. This isn't accidental growth. This is intentional reinvention. And the suburbs? Elk Grove, Folsom, Roseville, and Rancho Cordova are leading the charge with thousands of new homes permit and master plan communities that are completely redefining what suburban living looks like in the Northern California. These major projects making this transformation happen are already underway. Let me show you some of them. Here's something most people don't realize. Downtown Sacramento is about to become twice the size it is today, and it's happening on land that's been sitting empty for half a century. Sacramento's Rail Yard project, it is one of the largest urban infill developments in the entire United States. We're talking 244 acres that have sat vacant for over 50 years, and they're being transformed into mixed-use district that's going to create 12,000 housing units and over 19,000 permanent jobs. And the economic impact? An analysis by Stantec projects $8.2 billion in one-time construction impact and $4.4 billion in annual economic output. That's nearly 24,000 jobs countrywide. And this isn't just building more stuff. This is fundamentally changing Sacramento's economic engine. So what's actually going on in there? You've got a Kaiser Permanente medical campus, a stadium for Sacramento Republic FC, a 3,700-seat concert venue, and the new Sacramento County Courthouse that's expected to open late this year, plus 30 acres of public green space reconnecting the city with its riverfront. This project alone doubles the size of downtown. Think about that for a second. Everything you know about Sacramento's urban core is about to expand by 100%. For buyers, getting positioned before all the 12,000 housing units hit the market means buying ahead of the demand curve. But the rail yards isn't the only game changer happening right now. What is the largest health system expansion happening in America right now? It is not in Boston, New York, or LA. It's right here in Sacramento. UC Davis Health is executing what they're calling Vision 2030. And get this, it is the largest health system capital expansion in the United States. They are nearly doubling the size of their Sacramento campus from 3.6 million square feet to over 7 million square feet by 2030. The new California Tower is a 14-story hospital facility with 334 beds, and the 48X Complex, an advanced outpatient surgery center, just opened June of this year. So what does this mean for Sacramento? It solidifies the city's position as a leading hub for medical innovation and research in Northern California. And keep this in mind when we talk about tech boom and the 1,400 tech companies that are moving here in a minute. We are not just talking about more hospital beds. We are talking about attracting top talent, creating hundreds of high-wage jobs, and building a reputation as a healthcare destination. And of course, all of this growth needs infrastructure to support it. And the city has been all about that lately. Most cities talk about infrastructure. Sacramento's actually building it, and the scale is unlike anything Northern California has seen in decades. You can't grow a region without the infrastructure to support it, and Sacramento is investing big time in connectivity. The Capital Southeast Connector is a 34-mile expressway creating a beltway through South Sacramento County into El Dorado County. As of right now, 12 miles are complete, with multiple segments under construction. This expressway is going to connect to Elk Grove, Rancho Cordova, and Folsom, reducing traffic congestion and cutting commute times across the region. Then you've got the I-5 bus and carpool lanes project, adding approximately 25 miles of dedicated lanes from Beach Lake Bridge to I-80. Highway 50 bus and carpool lanes from Sunrise Boulevard to downtown Sacramento will ease recurring congestion and connect with the regional HOV system. Sacramento's adding 265 miles of new and improved bike lanes on state highways, plus 237 miles of primary network routes and 194 miles of secondary routes for walking and biking throughout the county. The Neighborhood Connections Plan, finalized just this past August, will create over 431 miles of low-stress walking and biking routes. This means 90% of K-12 schools will be accessible from this network. We are talking about 15-minute neighborhoods where your daily needs are a short walk or bike ride away. Major corridors like Broadway and Ardenway are being transformed into complete streets with protected bike lanes and wider sidewalks. The Ardenway project just broke ground in February of this year. Sacramento's rethinking how people move, and that's going to fundamentally change the urban experience by 2035. These infrastructure investments create direct property value impacts. Homes near Capitol Southeast Connector Access Point will see reduced commute times, making previously distant suburbs suddenly more attractive. Now let's talk about what's fueling all this economically. Sacramento's tech sector is growing faster than Austin was 5 years ago, and almost nobody outside of California knows it's happening. Let's talk about jobs and why all this matters. Sacramento is rapidly shedding its reputation as just a government town. As of right now, Sacramento's home to over 1,400 tech companies. Tech salaries have risen 9.7% since 2023 to an average of $92,000. And here's the kicker: the cost of living is nearly 50% lower than in the Bay Area. But when we talk about the housing market in a bit, I'll show you how you can buy a home here for $499,000 while getting Bay Area salaries. And that arbitrage opportunity is exactly why tech workers are flooding in. You're seeing a major growth in AI, clean energy, semiconductor, manufacturing, and biotech sectors. Companies like Blaze Holdings, Sparks Battery Manufacturing are choosing Sacramento over Silicon Valley because you can pay competitive salaries without the insane housing costs. The region's becoming a leading center for life sciences and agricultural food technology. Supported by research from UC Davis and Sacramento's energy grid, the region is rapidly expanding clean energy with major utility renewable goals and supply upgrades. This is an economic diversification happening in real time, and it is creating opportunities that didn't exist here 5 years ago. So where's all this residential growth actually happening? Let me show you. Not all Sacramento suburbs are created equal, and the price differences will surprise you. Let's break down what's happening in the suburbs because this is where a lot of the residential growth is concentrated. Elk Grove is the largest city in the Sacramento County, and they are expecting over 1,000 home permits annually. Massive planned amenities, including new schools, hospitals, and town centers. And while the Sacramento Zoo relocation got canceled back in April, the city is still pursuing other regional destination projects to maintain momentum. Folsom is where lake lifestyle meets tech growth. You've got diverse housing from the mid-600,000s to million-dollar riverfront properties, plus the 190-acre Folsom Heights expansion moving into construction. Folsom's median sales price is hovering around $775,000 as of this fall. Roseville has a strong job market anchored by major retail like the Galleria and Fountains. With rapid development happening in West Roseville, great amenities for families keep this market competitive with medians around $607,000. Rancho Cordova offers the best value for new construction. Modern neighborhoods with 5-bedroom homes around $720,000. You're seeing builder incentives that make it even more attractive. The median resale price is $525,000, making it the most affordable entry point in the region. These aren't just bedroom communities anymore. Each of these suburbs is developing its own economic identity with job centers, entertainment district, and walkable town centers. While the suburbs are booming, downtown Sacramento got its own renaissance happening. Beyond the rail yards, downtown Sacramento is experiencing its own transformation. The Golden One Center and DOCO, that's Downtown Commons, continue to drive entertainment and nightlife, creating that vibrant 24/7 downtown atmosphere that didn't exist a decade ago. In fact, the city just introduced designated entertainment zones in 2025 to streamline events and social gatherings. This downtown renaissance creates a completely different value proposition than Sacramento offered even 5 years ago. For buyers seeking an urban lifestyle without Bay Area prices, downtown Sacramento suddenly competes. For investors, the urban rental market is maturing beyond students and government workers into tech professionals and empty nesters. So with all these projects happening, what does this mean for the housing market? Here's the number that matters. $499,000 gets you a median Sacramento home today. But that spread between here and the Bay Area is closing fast. What does all this growth mean for the housing market? Sacramento's median home price is around $499,000 as of September 2025, according to Redfin. That's relatively stable year after year, and homes are selling in about 29 days. You've got roughly 1,600 listings at any given time, which indicates a balanced market condition. Compare that to the Bay Area, and you're looking at savings of hundreds of thousands of dollars with comparable salaries in the growing tech sector. But before we get too deep into the current pricing, I need to tell you about the sustainability investment I'm covering next, because Sacramento's clean energy leadership and walkability projects are exactly what drives premium pricing in 2035. And buyers who understand this connection are positioning now. The region is addressing future growth by planning 67% of housing development for existing urban areas and infill zones rather than sprawl. New construction across the suburbs offer varieties: Rancho Cordova for best value, Elk Grove for mid-range, and Folsom and Roseville for premium options. Here's something that's important. The region needs to build approximately 9,300 new homes annually through 2050. That's 10% more than the historical averages. There's a shift happening towards missing middle housing. Duplexes, townhomes, small lot homes are expected to make up 33% of new construction by 2050. This market reality creates specific opportunities. Stable pricing with 29-day sales indicates neither buyer or seller's desperation, meaning quality properties at fair prices are still moving quickly. The housing shortage of 93 units per year supports long-term appreciation as demand consistently exceeds supply. So let's fast forward. What does all this actually look like in 2035? Imagine Sacramento as California's answer to Austin, but with better weather, lower costs, and proximity both to the Bay Area and Tahoe. That's 2035. Here's what Sacramento looks like in 2035. You've got walkable, connected suburban downtowns with mixed-use centers offering dining, entertainment, and services within walking distance. A tech-driven economy providing high-wage jobs in AI, clean energy, biotech, and advanced manufacturing, all without Bay Area cost of living. Seamless transit connections linking suburbs to downtown Sacramento and the Bay Area via expanded rail and bus rapid transit. A thriving arts and cultural scene supported by creative venue grants and growing entertainment district. Communities with diverse housing options and modern infrastructure that actually works. Sacramento is positioning itself as California's best-kept secret for quality of life and economic opportunity, but it won't be a secret for long. This 2035 vision isn't speculation. It is based on projects already funded and underway. And sustainability, that's a huge part of this transformation. Sacramento's achieving what San Francisco talks about: actual clean energy leadership with infrastructure to back it up. Let's not forget sustainability, because this matters for long-term value. Sacramento is committed to clean energy leadership. The region is powered by 2/3 clean energy right now. The Sacramento Area Council of Governments 2025 blueprint focuses on reducing vehicle miles traveled from 17.1 to 15.8 miles per person by 2050, while accommodating those 580,000 new residents. Green spaces and park expansions are happening throughout the region, balancing urban growth with outdoor recreation. Complete street projects are transforming major corridors with protected bike lanes, wider sidewalks, and improved pedestrian crossing. This isn't just feel-good stuff. These are infrastructure investments that increase property value and the quality of life. Sustainability investments create measurable property value premiums. Homes near complete street projects and 15-minute neighborhoods historically command 10 to 15% premiums over comparable properties in car-dependent areas. So what does this all mean for you specifically? Whether you're buying your first home, selling to capitalize on growth, or investing for returns, Sacramento's transformation creates specific opportunities right now. Here's how this impacts you directly. If you are a buyer looking at a region that's about to see massive appreciation driven by job growth, population influx, and limited housing supply, the suburbs offer the best value right now, especially in Rancho Cordova and Elk Grove. But Folsom and Roseville are premium markets with strong fundamentals. If you are a seller, timing matters. The next few years will see increased demand as these projects come online and more companies relocate here. But inventory is rising, so you'll want to price strategically and highlight proximity to new infrastructure and job centers. If you're an investor, pay attention to areas near the Capital Southeast Connector and the rail yards and the UC Davis Health expansion. Transit-oriented developments is where the smart money is going. Positioning before 2027 and 2028, when major infrastructure completes and tech migration accelerate, means capturing appreciation instead of paying for it. Sacramento's reinvention by 2035 isn't a maybe. It is already happening. The rail yards are under construction, the UC Davis is expanding, and tech companies are moving in. The infrastructure is being built. This is the most significant transformation Sacramento has ever seen, and it is setting the stage for decades of growth and opportunity. Want to stay ahead of these changes and know exactly where to invest your time and money? Reach out to me, Connie, at cvreg.net, and let's chat about your specific situation. And if you want to see which specific Sacramento neighborhoods are about to explode in value, watch the video I'm linking on the next screen. It breaks down the exact streets, price points you need to know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.